7 teams could take those 4 spots now. Maybe just the UAE in trouble. But this is too tall a task, surely, for Arjan Dutt and Paul van Meekeren, and it's not their job to do it with the bat. Lamachani's been brilliant today, Mel.
Yeah, he has. You could say that about any number of players, particularly in this bowling lineup, Lenny.
Nicely driven down the ground. The problem is that scoreboard pressure is going to come into play. Kept saying that because of the quality of spin that they have, they could do that. And I think that's going to be the case. They may end up being 30 required. Sorry, exactly 2 runs a ball. 30 required, 15 balls to do it. The penalty runs may matter not. Big appeal. Sandeep Lamachani's convinced, but the umpire is not. Wrapped him on the pad. No bat involved. What's this missing? Outside the line, isn't he? Good decision. Lalit Rajbanshi's just been asked to run 75, 80 yards to switch with Arif Sheikh because for some reason they didn't want Rajbanshi out at long off. I don't know why he was there in the first place. I don't think that's where Paul van Meekeren's going to hit. Everything will target the leg side here. There's 2 men in the deep out there. Beautiful June sunshine bathing the ground. That's exactly where he's going to try and hit. We'll just get a single. And also, with due respect, Mel, to the UAE and PNG, different quality and calibre of opposition. We're talking about 2 of the best associate teams that there's been across the course of the last decade. This is a Dutch side that were beating South Africa and Bangladesh at the 50-over World Cup in 2023. This is, okay, they're missing. Doing really well. For the Dutch, though, got questions to answer. Unless they can pull off a miracle here, that's not going to help. Big swing and a miss. 28 it is to win.
They don't want to make it 5 from 5.
It's a good shot just over the head of Rohit Powell. Bounces off the turf, but the skipper somehow drags it in. Unbelievable effort. Very nearly creates a run-out chance too. They'll end up getting 3. Well, we've seen some brilliant fielding today. Probably none better than this from the captain, Rohit Powell, as Anil Shah looks in a spot.
Match wasn't on. He just zipped into 6th gear. That is outstanding. Even the awareness of where his front foot was sliding. Brilliant, brilliant stuff from the captain.
Now for Netherlands. Can they start to get something going? 24 of nature of this league. Every fan on their feet again. This one's powered through the offside. A really good strike. Flies to the rope. The Dutch hanging about. Van Meekeren says this game is not over yet. It flies for a boundary that silences the Nepal fans. 9 balls to do it. Another boundary would help. Oh, misses out. And a scream of frustration. He's got to run the single. Oh, and I'll tell you something. We're not going to have an obstruction in the field call, thank God, because he just held his line, but he was too focused on his final. There could be life in this game yet. Oh, missed out. It was in the slot, but a little bit of tail back in. And good skills. Done for the Netherlands. They're still fighting. Slashed into the offside. Should be at least 1. I don't think they'll get the second. Nepal's ground fielding has really held up wonderfully well. We're going all the way to the 100th and final over. For the 4th out of the fire. It would be extraordinary if they can. Here's Karen Casey. Down the ground, no timing. Can Van Meekeren get back for 2? I think he might have been able to, but I think he wants the strike. He's saying that he's more likely to hit boundaries than Arjan Dutt. Runs required, the run rate now per over. Looks for a bit of innovation. That's going to be that. Nepal take a 3rd win from 4 in European conditions. Van Meekeren was trying to hit it with the wind. Arif Sheikh, fittingly, is the one that takes the catch after a career best for him with the bat. The Nepal fans are jubilant. So too are Nepal. It was a very, very interesting game. It ebbed and it flowed. But ultimately, Karen Casey, who's had the most brilliant series, has proved a little too good. A rather remarkable stroke to get out to. Arif Sheikh takes the catch and Nepal win. Nepal win. Nepal win for a 3rd time in the series. We've seen another cracker. They've pulled it out of the fire and they are worthy winners over the Dutch, who've got questions to answer.
Remarkable performance. They were out there first batting. You didn't think they had enough. Felt it was below par, and